following video is highlights from a PHL official broadcast. Download Puck on Steam and join us at discord.gg/puckhockeyleague. Enjoy.
We are currently still waiting on the Kodiaks to get here. A bit of a delay regarding that. Currently MIA, but hopefully we'll be waiting. I am, of course, your usual color commentator, Alleycat and TD, but currently just on my own today, so you all get to hear my lovely, very irritating commentary that is full of repetition, but I will be doing my best as we are very short-staffed tonight after the absolute chaos and star-studded lineup of commentators and shows and series over the last little bit, as still waiting on Kodiaks to get here, as it seems they're starting to stream in. As they start to get here. Yeah, here we go. The Kodiaks are starting to filter in. I believe Ghost, the captain, will not be on the roster tonight. Jack will be taking over captaincy duties. And not Lad, of course, the captain for the Channel Cats. Please wait 1 second, folks. Apologies. All right, we should be good to go in terms of production setting up. But of course, these two pretty locked in terms of their position. I believe the Channel Cats are the 4th seed, with the Kodiaks being the 5th seed. And looks like both teams are good to go and ready and waiting as we get ready to go for this first game between the two. Face-off win by the Kodiaks, but BGP manages to come away with it for the Channel Cats. Dyslexic Walrus getting a shot off, first shot of the game, and it goes in, and the Channel Cats get it. And they will beat Jari on the first shot. Great shot by Dyslexic Walrus, getting it over the top in the net and beating him cleanly. And that's a good trendsetter, and setting it up to Jack. Jack trying to beat him, taking his time, and it's blocked by Brodeur. Well, there's Dyslexic Walrus, somehow comes away with the puck. Look out, he's got a bit of a break at center, and Jari gets the body on it. As we get the second period underway, Jack will win the faceoff there, but Not Lad will come away with it. Or, sorry, Shaquille O'Neal will win the faceoff, and Not Lad will come away with it. Tim Jim skating ahead. Tim Jim getting a shot off the pad of Brodeur. Gets a shot, saved across the net by Jari as Shaquille O'Neal tries to get a shot off there. Dyslexic Walrus trying to come in for a wraparound. Fails, and it's taken away by Fib and missed. Dyslexic Walrus, look out. He tips it up, and he's going to win here. He might have a shot off. Dyslexic Walrus off the body of Jack, and it's spinning out of the net for Jari to get it off, but BGP manages to get a stick on that, and Dyslexic Walrus tries to send it up, but Fib has his own stick, and the Kodiaks are still on the attack in the Channel Cat zone. Look out, Jack has a shot, top shelf, scores! And look at that response by the Kodiaks. Fib. Jack manages to get it open. Not Lad tries to send it up a little high, and Brodeur just doesn't manage to get on the... Well, as Jack attack on hold. And the Kodiaks are suddenly the team that are on the defensive. Shaquille O'Neal wrapping around, getting a shot off the body of Jari. Great up to Jack. Jack 2-on-1 here with Tim Jim. Tim Jim Wide open Jack. Shot off the pad of Brodeur. Lad will manage to break it off and send it up to Dyslexic Walrus. Dyslexic Walrus, Jack. 2-on-0. Jack O'Neal sends a shot off. Dekes him off and beats Yari top shelf. Score by the Channel Cats. Great response. Dyslexic Walrus and Jaquil O'Neal, fantastic movement to make it 2-on-0, and he gets all the room he wants. He can pass to Walrus, but he chooses to sends it up, dumping all the way to Dyslexic Walrus. Dyslexic Walrus got caught cherry picking, and he's got it here. He's got it, and Jari managed to stick it away on a breakaway. And all Channel Cats need to do now is just keep it in the zone. Just play keep away. Jaquil O'Neal gets it off the pad. We get the votes going, and yes, game 2 underway. As the teams wish each other good luck in the second game. As wide, if that was any closer, it probably would have been on net. As Nick tries a deke here, but loses it. Nick isn't cool, going to try to win it there, but Jack manages to come away with it. Jack on the backhand, off the crossbar, and it slides across out of the net. Both. Miss sends it up to Tim Jim. Jaquil O'Neal out in front of the net. Jari gets the body. And Jaquil O'Neal to Jari manages to send it up. Jaquil O'Neal will keep it in the Kodiak zone, and he sends it. It's bounced in front of the net by Dyslexic Walrus and through the 5-hole of Jari. Yes. Jaquil O'Neal gets us all the way down, racing for it, sends it up. And Dyslexic Walrus, Jari makes the initial save, but he could not back down to the Kodiak's end. And the Channel Cat's going to try to set up something here. Missed. Running down, manages to break up the play. Missed. Cutting across, center ice. Missed. Gets a shot off. It's off the corner. What's going on? Oh my goodness. What? It looked like the puck was on the line and they shot top shelf. What happened there? So Mist cuts all the way across. And it traps. He gets his stick off there. And I wonder if they might. We'll hop this over to Jaquil O'Neal. Not Lad. Not Lad will try to pass this up. Not Lad will cut across and try to go through the 5-hole. But no, Jari gets a stick on it and manages to send this on a bounce to the corner. And Mist will reset this. Shoot it up to Jack. Jack will try to cut across. Jack deking to Jim. Top shelf scores! The Jack, with a wide open net. Sorry, not with a wide open net. He cuts in. 2 defenders coming across, and Tim Jim's wide open. Manages. Game 2. Jack gonna win that, and backs it down to Nick isn't cool. And Dyslexic Walrus will stick of Jari, who bats it to the corner. Dyslexic Walrus pokes it up. Jaquil O'Neal tries to bat it into the skating in. He might have a bit of a break, might have a shot here, and it's off the pad of not the pad, the body of Brodeur. Isn't cool, bounces it off the boards to beat the Channel Cats there. Nick isn't cool, all alone, 2-on-0. Tim Jim off the post, the crossbar. 2-on-0, what a chance. Dyslexic Walrus coming down as they have 45 seconds here to get something going. As they set it up to Jack. Jack passes it up to Tim Jim. Tim Jim, empty net, scores! And that'll do it. Empty net try. Attacker. But just sends it all the way up there. And Jack with a great pass. Tim Jim racing for it. Doesn't shoot it, but keeps it there. Going for game 3 as they're off. Zone, Channel Cats. Tim Jim sends it back to Jack. Jack gets a shot off Brodeur's body, sends it across. Brodeur doesn't want to get caught lacking as he's in there. As I even wonder if that's Brodeur. I think it's Lums actually. Nick, one of the rising D3 stars. Nick sends it up and across and trying to get it off the corner, and Lums gets the aggressiveness from Lums so far. And he sends it up to Van Higgy. Van Higgy shot off the post. Crossbar. Nick isn't cool. Trying to cut across. Get a shot off. Dekes through. Off the great. Of winning, and you put massive pressure on the other team, and they're going to fight like hell to make it happen. So, you tend to winner this game is kind of key to take a little pressure off. He sends it once again and cross. Not lad up above. Yari with a stick in time. Van Higgy off the crossbar. But not the one he wanted, and sends it to the other corner. Not lad getting it out in front. Dyslexic Walrus trying to catch Yari sleeping, but he manages to turn in time to get it off the pad. Great move by Yari. Great save. Keep it going. For the other. We won't know until this game. Skate across the Channel Cats logo. Nick will try to get a shot off in front. Tim Jim tries to get a shot back, but it's wide. Manages to keep the attack going, and Van Higgy sends it across in front of Yari, but no one was there. Dyslexic Walrus intercepts. He's got center ice. He's got a shot off. Up and over. Dyslexic Walrus on the attack, trying to cut through, sends it up. And Jack bats it down, but Dyslexic Walrus gets a shot off, and almost Nick is going to bump Shaquille O'Neal for it. Jack in front of the net. Tim Jim tries to get a shot off the pad of Lums. He got there back in time as Tim Jim tries to wrap around. Sorry, folks, 1 second. Had to change something as Dyslexic Walrus comes away with it off the pad of Yari, off the body. Van Higgy in front, can't get it in time, and we go to overtime. As we get viewers climbing up from what appears to be the 2 PHLN series being over, I don't know what the... As why Berdur played for the first 2 games for the Channel Cats. They're trying to space him out a little bit. Due to the rules, they're only allowed him for 2 games, obviously not including overtime or anything else, as it bounces off. Yari gets the initial save, and it bounces off the post into the net, and the Channel Cats win it in overtime.
What a win there.
Notlad coming in, skating through, shot off, and Jack will win it for the Kodiaks. Fib tries to send it up to Nick Isn't Cool. Nick Isn't Cool. 2-on-1 with Jack. Nick gets a shot up off the body, and Lums backhands it into his own net. Oh my goodness. Oh
Unlucky
no.
for Mr. Lums. In the last game you're allowed to play. Nick Isn't Cool is a sneaky good player, man. He's like the steal of 2 drafts this season, I think.
For now.
That's what he does.
Tripped me up a few times with his names there as Van Higgy sends it across to Warless. Warless gets a shot off, and he beats him, chips it over Yari to tie the game.
I guess I just had to show up to the arena, and now these guys are blowing up the scoring. Your guy Warless is in perfect position here. Van Higgy, last season he was a true leader and a great player to have on the ice, and he's shown it so far.
Dyslexic Warless trying to prove it off, and it looks like it got off the pad or stick of Yari. Check Jack there, and Notlad is going to look to come away with it. Gives some options for the Channel Cats, and it's poked off the tip of Nick, who passes it across to Jack. Jack center ice, off, and Lums was a little too wide and manages to be just not quite in place for Jack to make the play, and Jack's all alone once again and just gets patient.
I feel like he's the type of goalie that could put it back together. Sneaky little move. I don't know if he meant to do that, but Notlad just kind of chipping the puck to himself, and look out here. Oh man.
Van Higgy.
Jari again.
Great shot. As I said earlier, Jari is a very good... Oh my goodness, what a beat by Nick. I didn't even notice that Jack had skated all the way down. Holy moly.
Again, Nick Isn't Cool is... Well, he is pretty cool. He's a monster of a draft pick, and I feel like him and Jack Duquesne, 2-0, they both find open ice, and it's 3-1. Here they go again. It's going right to Jack. Oh my god! Is that one gonna count?
I don't know. We'll have to take a bit of an angle on this one. It looks like
Pop out of my camera.
Nick gets all the way down there, and he sends it across. Lums tries to break away for it, but no, I think
almost won that game, but Danimal's got the OT goal over there, so a lot of great action here so far tonight.
Definitely a biased Biased cheer for me as I'm a member of the Somebodies. More saves as the game goes on. Steadying the team a little bit. Nick coming down. Nick off the stick of Lums. Play the puck all the way up here. And Jack going to come away with it. A little under 30 seconds left. Jack.
Oh! With a quieter night so far is Fib, but as I mentioned earlier, he's a true leader on the ice, and he's using his voice, I'm sure, in the call to keep the guys going.
Fib. Sends it up to Jack. Jack breaking. Nick in front of the net once again. Jack and Nick, two really important key members there, and it's off the stick of Lums, I believe. We need to check that again on a replay. Nick just kind of parks himself in front of the net as a constant threat. BGP tries to get to him in the meantime. Pass in front, and and I think that definitely might be the dagger that kills the Channel Cats' chances.
I'm telling you, Nick and Jack that's a scary duo. Here they go again.
Oh my goodness. They're just absolutely killing the Channel Cats right now. Holy moly. Lums
I don't know if there's a mercy rule in place this season. It might be 6 goals.
I actually don't know at this point. I think it's just keep playing as far as score for the Kodiaks. 500 save percentage. That might be, I don't want to say the worst performance, but definitely one of the most mathematical problems as it bounces off. Lums is just collapsing here in the final period. I'll
tell you what, though, that was a really good shot by the Blackbird captain there. That was beautiful.
I don't know if the team's just disheartened or something, but man, something is going on. Lineup, Jack and Nick as the offensive threat they are, and Jack wins it, sends it to Nick. On there, Nick fumbles. Still lots of time left in this series, but the last game, last chance for either team.
It's a statement by the Kodiaks and Channel Cats. If they want to keep their
oh my goodness!
Look out! That type of terrain in that area of the world does. Look out here, Jack. Oh, what a save!
The Kodiaks continuing their all gas, no brakes movement as it's sent out off a couple sticks, and Brodeur loses possession of it and manages to get it sticked up. Oh my goodness! Just to get D1 next season, maybe I wouldn't necessarily be surprised.
You know, put some names in chat if you guys know some better steals over the 3 drafts.
Getting it out and it's bounced off. Shaquille O'Neal's stick tipped in.
I'm always yapping on these goals. The curse, right, Allie?
Indeed, but it's actually really key as, you know, the Kodiaks have more shots, 8 shots, but the Channel Cats...
Defensive misplay there, missed cue by the Channel Cats. No, I'm sorry, the Kodiaks and Jari.
He's definitely skating out. Here he comes. No, he's not. He's just trying to get in control. Off the net, Brodeur almost in. Jack cross. Nick on the boards. Nick across. Fib off the netting, almost there. He was so close. But the Kodiaks don't get there. Nick is in cool, tries for a wraparound. Fib can't get there in time. Jack along the boards. Jack trying for one last shot. 15 seconds remain in this game. The Schoolie Kill Channel Cats have won the series 3-2.
What a finish there.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.